Hey, what is going on, viewers? Zesty Llama Studios here, and welcome back to another drinks review. Today, we're reviewing this Monster Rehab, and this one is going to be on the raspberry tea. So this is an American Rehab version. It's not the English one. So, of course, a little bit of explaining to do with this drink. So, not to get this confused with the older Monster Rehab. Now, this is the old one here. It's the old Rehab, the old design and the old blend. Personally, I do prefer the old design and stuff to what the new one is, but we'll get to that in a second. But yes, this is also an American one as well, as it's got the nutritional facts rather than information on the back. But yeah, so this is the old one, and then we have the new version there. So I did get this drink out of the shop Kingdom of Sweets, which is it was a sweet shop in Bath, actually, when I was visiting the Roman Baths actually this week, as I'm recording this video, and saw them in there, and it cost me £4, which of course is quite expensive for what it is. But you know what, because it's an actual shop and an actual unit, it's always going to be a bit more expensive than it would be if you were to buy it online or off one of the websites or somewhere else. But you know what, it's to try and review, so why not? Anyways, so let's give you guys a 460 of this can. So yeah, completely changed design to what the old Rehabs used to be. In a way, I don't like this new design. I find it just a bit weird and different, and I just don't think it suits Monster's design, because I'm trying to think of all the other Monster designs out there, and this is kind of probably the most weirdest and dullest. It's just weird, and you know, I'm not too much of a fan of it. It's just too simple. Like, you literally got pretty much two colors. You've got your pink and your black, and then a little bit of white for the writing here and there. So really, it's just not that good. And when you put the two side by side, you know, with this one, you've got that nice cloudy effect. You've got the different shades of red and purple and pink in there. You've got the M actually kind of coming out from the cloud. So when you put the side, you know, the two cans side by side, I don't know, it just doesn't look as good. It just looks more of a solid color. Of course, some people may prefer the new design, but me personally, I don't. But anyways, yes, on the bottom we have nothing, and on the top everything's all finished in a nice black with a reddish pour ring with the M logo on the pour ring. So taking a close look at the can, so literally raspberry tea with the Rehab, and around the top we have Recover, we have Refresh, and we have Revive. So anyway, looking at the back of the can, so they have slapped a English sticker over the American stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not going to attempt to peel it off, because one, it's probably going to leave loads of sticky residue, and three, it's probably going to take me, or two, it's going to probably take me forever, and you know what we need to know is on the label anyway. And then we have, where is it? We have all these facts and figures in these boxes, which you'll read in a second as well. So looking at the ingredients, so these are actually very low on sugar, which is a good thing. Just like, in fact, the old Rehabs, for comparison, the old Rehabs had fairly low sugar as well. So the sugar content is, now it's got it per 100 grams. Now 100 grams is equal to 100 milliliters. So it contains 1.1 grams of sugar per 100 mil. So that is definitely very low on sugar. Now, as it is low on sugar, what sweeteners do we have? We have a sulfame potassium, which again is one of the rarest sweeteners I almost see never used. So that's interesting. And then we have sucralose, but no aspartame, which is good. Ingredients is just filtered water, tea, apple juice concentrate, and then a load of random stuff, some mean numbers, and then just some other random stuff. Anyways, the caffeine content is 160 milligrams per can. It hasn't got it per 100 mil because again it's American, but it's 160 milligrams. Now, reading all of these things here, and it is non-carbonated. So it's got advanced hydration, electrolytes, Na plus K plus Ca plus Mg, reduce fatigue, increase concentration, vitamins B3, B5, B6, and B12, coconut water, and botanicals, milk thistle quercetin. I've never ever said that word before. At the bottom there, I don't think you can see it on camera, but quercetin, I've not even heard of that word. I don't even know what that is or explaining it. But anyways, I think that's enough explaining on the can. So tea may settle, shake gently, which we will do, 2% apple juice. So yes, anyways, let's give it a good shake. And while we're doing that, I have got a cup and it is nice and cold. So while I'm shaking this, personally, I find, now of course, if you are American and you do drink these, or you're kind of watching this from an American's point of view, The tea we get over here in England is completely different to like what this basically is, iced tea. Now iced tea is very different to normal tea. Now me personally, I find normal tea absolutely disgusting. I cannot stand it. I think it's one of the most disgusting drinks on the planet, and that's coming from, you know, a British person. But when it comes to these iced teas, and especially the American ones, they've surprised me quite a lot, and I actually quite enjoy the iced teas purely because they don't taste like tea. So for me, they just taste really, really nice, which is a good thing, because, you know, it's a little bit different drink for me, and, you know, it's just, yeah, it's just a little bit different. So anyways, that's enough shaking, I think. So yeah, hopefully it won't explode over me. So I'm guessing the colour is going to be, well, tea's definitely like a brown colour, or so say iced tea is definitely like a brownish colour. So I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of brownish colour, and the smell and taste, well, we'll have to find out. Right, just don't explode over me. It feels pretty pressurised, this one. I'm saying, do I get a tissue or not? Nope, we're safe. Awesome. Anyways, and the colour is... Hey viewers, Zesty Lime Studios here. If you want to save 10% discount on any of these Zest Gamer products, don't forget to use code ZESTYLS. The code will be in the description below. These are my two personal favourites, Horus and Hyper Beast. Thanks guys. Hey, surprise, surprise. Iced tea and tea drinks, always that nasty kind of brown, dirty river water colour. So of course it's non-carbonated, so there is no bubbles and no fizz, but just a little bit of bubbles on the top there from where I shook it. So there is some bits in the drink, and when I say bits, I mean minute pieces of tea. And of course that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I've got my light here just to show you guys what exactly is in the drink. So of course, you're looking through the drink, and all the little bits and stuff, it's just little bits of tea and sediment floating around. Like I said, it's so fine, you wouldn't even know it's in there or anything like that. But yes, just very, very fine bits of tea just floating around, as you can kind of see. So really not too much of an issue if you, you know, don't like bits in your drink. Again, that's just a natural tea sediment anyway in the drink, just to prove it's got at least real tea in it. Anyways, and yes, the colour is a light brown, just like dirty river water, and just kind of see if you actually can see my face. Hello, through the drink. So let's give it a closer smell and see what we can smell of. So yeah, it smells really nice. It smells of raspberry. Doesn't smell of tea, but it smells of raspberry. Yeah, it smells really nice. So nevertheless, let's taste some. Ooh. Initial reaction, yeah, it's nice. I really do like these iced teas. Lovely flavour. Really, really do enjoy these Rehabs. It's a shame they're a bit hard to get hold of, or really hard to get hold of in England. So anyways, like I said, not natural reaction, initial reaction is yes. It actually tastes really, really nice, which is glad, because I did like the peach flavour of this as well, and I did like the old Rehabs as well when I did review them. Some of the other tea flavours they Monster do are not so good, but so far these couple flavours have been quite nice. So even though it's low on sugar, you've still got a decent amount of good sweetness there. I'd definitely say it's probably about 80% sweetness in terms of kind of the sweetness scale, or an 8 on the sweetness scale, which is interesting because you think, you know, it's an American drink for a start, which is generally just sweeter in general, but it's really low on sugar, and I can't see high fructose corn syrup in the ingredients. Now, it may be, actually I'm just going to double check on the old can here, if it does contain the high fructose corn syrup, because I can actually read this one. Now, of course, after quickly glancing through the ingredients on this, it doesn't mention anything about high fructose corn syrup, which is what the normal American Monsters have in the drinks. So as far as I'm concerned, this hasn't got high fructose corn syrup. So you're low on sugar, not high fructose corn syrup, but you've still got a good amount of sweetness, which is just surprising, because you think with this type of drink, it's just not going to be that sweet. But with the raspberry flavour, there's a good strong raspberry flavour there. I'd probably say it's about an 8 again on the strength scale of the actual flavour. So you've got nice raspberry flavour, and again, it doesn't taste fake or artificial or anything like that. You've got a nice raspberry flavour. That's a good amount of sweetness with no side taste or chemical taste or anything like that. Now, to be fair, this one does taste more on the iced tea kind of side. Certainly when I did review the peach one, without spoiling the video, it certainly you wouldn't think it's a tea drink if you gave it to someone. Now, yes, you could probably say the same thing about this. If you gave it to someone and said, oh, it's just a raspberry drink or something, they'd probably drink it and wouldn't even think this is meant to be an iced tea, you know, monster drink. You wouldn't even know it's Monster or got caffeine in it or anything like that. So ultimately, is it just branding and packaging? Well, partly, but at the end of the day, this one has a bit more of that iced tea flavor, which is fine, because I can taste it there in the background, but because the raspberry flavor is so strong, it doesn't, you have to really kind of realize that the kind of tea flavors there and the iced tea flavors there in the background, which is not a bad thing, because some people, you know, may want more of an iced tea flavor rather than actual flavor, but for me, I want more of a flavor like this one is and the other Rehab is. So for me, it's a win. But for people that want more of an actual pure iced tea taste, and go for like Lipton's, you know, Lipton's just pure iced tea drink or something like that, or lemon Lipton's iced tea, which is definitely a lot stronger in tea. But as far as I'm concerned, this is really nice. I am definitely going to enjoy the rest of this off camera. So yeah, really impressed with that. Let me try some out the can and then I'll finish the video. Yeah, it's just really nice. Now, of course, it's nice and cold. So if it's not cold or ice cold, then of course it may probably taste completely different and not taste that nice. But as it's nice and crisp and cold, then that probably does help with the overall flavour of the drink. So yes, as always, viewers, as always, thanks for watching. If you have tried that drink, let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to check the description of this video. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter or TikTok, or you can follow me on Patreon and support me, where minimum support is £1, and that'll go towards new drinks, which means new videos for the channel. So as always, thanks for watching.